Alright, what's up, nerds? So, this is going to be an intro to shred. So, if you are kind of in this intermediate plateau where you can play some good songs, you can do some like pretty flashy things, but you kind of don't know what you're really doing from a theory standpoint, then this is for you. And if you just want to learn how to improv and just play whatever you want rather than having to play just a song you know. So, first things first, you really need to just kind of start getting to know your instrument more, as in your frets and where the notes are. So on a piano, everything's laid out left to right, from octave to octave to octave. On guitar, we only have 2 octaves each. Sometimes we have three, depending if we have 24 or more frets. But for the most part, we really only have 2 octaves to play through, so we have to learn the patterns in which it goes through all the strings, and so on. We have 12 notes in our musical alphabet. It's A through G sharp, goes A sharp, B, straight to C, no C sharp, or I'm sorry, no B sharp, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, straight to F, no E sharp, F sharp, G sharp. You could look at a piano again. All the sharps are going to be those black keys. So there's 5 sharps. How that translates to the guitar, for instance, would be our open E string here. E, F, again, no E sharp. F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, B, straight to C, C sharp, D sharp, E. So the most important thing for us to learn would be our major scale. I would argue that everything can come back to the major scale. So if we are trying to learn a song by ear, I would be listening and I could find the tonic note, which would be the first note in the major scale, and go from there to find out if we're in minor, some other mode, and just what key we're in altogether. On guitar, again, low E string, we're going to be following this pattern. First thing you need to know, a half step is going from 1 to just the very next fret. So if I'm going half steps all the way up, I'm literally just going chromatically up. And then a whole step is skipping a fret. So I'd be going, it's actually called the whole tone scale right there. The pattern that we need to remember is we start on a root note. That's going to be our name of our key. It's going to go whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step. 2 whole steps, half step, 3 whole steps, half step. So we can go through the major scale on that one string, and we could also go through that major scale through the strings. And we can keep going. We have a little extra here. So, how do we get through that? Well, that was called the 3-note per string major scale. So, we quite literally are just playing 3 notes per string. So, what we're going to do, this is the first one we're going to learn. We're going to do open on the low E, 2nd fret, 4th fret. Next string, same thing. Open, 2nd, 4th. Next string, we go to the 1st fret. We're going to go 1st finger, 2nd finger, 4th finger. That's on the 1st fret, 2nd fret, and 4th fret. Next string, same thing. 1st, 2nd, 4th, using my 1st, 2nd, and 4th finger. The next string, we're going to move up because the B string is moving us up. We're going to do 1st finger on the 2nd fret, 3rd finger on the 4th fret, 4th finger on the 5th fret. We're going to do the same thing again on the next string. So the first major scale is pretty easy to remember. It's just 3 patterns paired up through the strings. Those 3 patterns are actually the only 3 patterns that we have to remember to play through all of our modes. I'm going to explain how we got those different shapes. I'm going to go back through the major scale on one string. We have our open. We did a whole step, another whole step, a half step, another whole step, another whole step, another whole step, and then finally a half step. whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step. That would be the 12th fret right there, which would be our open E, just an octave higher. If you didn't know, an octave is just the same note, but a higher pitch. So let's look at the relationship 3 notes at a time that this has. If we go from here to here, we have 2 whole steps. I'm going to start building this pattern here. From our second one, we have a whole step, half step, which we would use our 1, 3, 4 pattern for. Like that. These dots will make sense, I promise. And then we just start from the next one. Now we have a 1, 2, 4. So you could already see our 3 shapes starting to manifest here. So now we are starting here. We have another one of the whole step lines. So we can see our pair of whole steps. But take a look at this. If we start on this one, that gives us a 3rd line of whole steps. So I'll explain that in just a moment. I promise you it's not actually complicated. So then starting here, those 3 notes give us another 1, 3, 4. And then if we had another note here, we could finish it off with another 1, 2, 4. These 7 patterns here are all you have to remember. There's 3 lines of whole steps, 2 lines of 1, 2, 4s, 2 lines of 1, 3, 4s. Now, let me put that into practice. And we're going to play all the way up through all of our different modes. The modes are just different starting points of your major scale. So we're going to go through all the strings starting on each one of those points from our original horizontal major scale. Starting with the first one. 2 lines of whole steps, 2 lines of 1, 2, 4s, 2 lines of 1, 3, 4s. I'm just going to take this 1, 3, 4, move it up here. This is my second of my 1, 3, 4s. So this is only 1 line of it. 1, 3, 4. Then I'm going to play through my whole step lines, which there are 3 of. I'm going to now move up a fret for the 1, 2, 4s. I'm going to move up another fret because I'm just on the B string. 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4. Take this 1, 2, 4, moved up here. Again, that was my last 1, 2, 4. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 4 into my 1, 3, 4s. 1, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4. Done with those, into the whole steps. Whole steps. This is my last of my whole steps. Moving this up here. Into my 1, 2, 4s. 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4. Moved up because of the B string. Into my whole steps again. See, it just repeats. Whole steps. 1, 2, 4. This is my first 1, 3, 4. 1, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4. Whole steps. 1, 2, 4s. Now I'm back at the original position, just an octave higher. That is going to be your practice from now on. That's how you're going to warm up for your 3 note per strings. That's the first step. I have 2 other ways to go through those major scales that are actually less than that, because there's 7 positions for this. There's only 5 each for the other 2. So when you are comfortable with those, let me know and I will explain the other ones. So how to practice this all. What I want you to do, first day, get familiar with the whole, half, whole, half. Then once you're comfortable with that, which probably is immediately, you're going to go through. Make sure you are alternate picking this. Work your way back down. Start on the next mode. When you get more comfortable, start using a click track, making sure you can play through with no or very minimal mistakes. Once you're comfortable with that, you can start switching up your metronome. So instead of maybe quarter notes or eighth notes, you can start doing triplets. I messed up there. And then once you're comfortable with that, you can start sequencing them. Sequencing is going up a certain number and then down. So I'm going to go up 3, down 1. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and so on. Back down as well. Just like that. And then, when you're all comfortable with all that stuff, different sequences and stuff, you're ready to start swapping in between them in the middle of the modes. So I'm going to go through my Locrian mode, actually, and I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. Moved up to my next mode, which is my Ionian, my first mode, my major mode. Gonna move up. And I'm gonna keep going through that sequence. I'm gonna go up my Locrian scale 3 notes now. Move up, it's a whole step. Down my Ionian scale. Idea here is to get the framework down of knowing your instrument inside and out, so that way you can play anything you want to. And that's all I have for today. Peace.